right, friends, it looks like we're live, but there's always a little bit of delay. So we are just waiting for it to catch up. I think I just got to hit play. There we go. All right, got you guys all up on my phone. I'm going to hit live chat, not top chat.
There it
All
is.
right.
Mine was a little slow.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome to today's combined live. When Heather and I are together, we are doing typically it's a sneak peek. So
Usually the plan.
our coming April release is what we're sneak peeking today.
Yeah, Roxanne said she's seen a few peaks. Yes, we've been starting those just yesterday. I think yesterday.
We started yesterday, so we've shared a few things and we'll keep sharing them all week long. So be sure to check our Instagram feed, our Instagram stories, Facebook page. We'll be posting a lot there. So as you can see, Heather and I are here live. So the person behind the Pinkfresh Studio name is Kinnery today. So welcome, Kinnery. Welcome everybody for joining us. And all right, well, we got a lot of people here. So before we get going though, let's just go over a normal live information. So first things first, if you're new, welcome. Once we flip the camera around, we don't see as many comments come through, so we'll probably miss that. So just kind of a blanket welcome to whether you're just finding us or you've been hanging out at our lives for years now. We give away a $15 gift card code at the live. And so I'll let Heather chat about that for a minute.
Yeah, so Kinnery, the name behind the person behind that Pinkfresh Studio name, will pick that winner at the end for the $15 gift card. We usually do 2 on these because Lea and I are both on here. So we'll let Kinnery know when it's time to go ahead and pick those. But the way you enter for those is just what everyone's doing already, leaving lots of comments in the chat with each other. Feel free to ask us questions that we'll try our best to see. We may or may not. And at the end, Kinnery will pick from all of those. One additional way you can get an entry is by sharing this video and then coming back to let us know you did it. It can be in an email or a personal message to a friend on your own social media. If there's a crafty group you're part of, just double check the rules, make sure you know that it's allowed to share outside links. And then again, just pop back over and leave a little note in the comments letting us know you did that. And we also love if you hit the thumbs up button. It's not an extra entry necessarily. We just really appreciate it. If you're enjoying it, helps our reach, helps more people find us, and we can grow the party here a little bit bigger.
Absolutely. So as Kinnery mentioned, our April release is all about celebrations because we celebrated 9 years in business this month. So April is kind of a special month for Pinkfresh Studio, and we kind of do something different each year. And this year we decided that our release would be all celebration themed. So we are lots of birthday, but also really, really great for celebrations, whether it is engagements, weddings, babies, anniversaries. I mean, I think you could probably even throw retirement in there.
Probably. There's probably more we're not even thinking of.
Exactly. Lots of occasions that I think you could celebrate with this release. So I think we have waited. I think we've got a lot of people that are here.
And I know we have a lot to do.
And we have a lot to do. This is a 6-piece stencil set that we're using today. So,
and then a few other things. So it's going to be a busy one.
Yeah, so we're going to get our cameras switched over and we are going to get going.
And I know a lot of time. Oh, I already have mine sitting on the desk.
I do.
Giveaway.
There we go.
Shut up. Honestly, I got that first sneak peek.
All right. So today we're also showcasing a few other things, but Heather and I decided to showcase the ribbons and balloons product suite. So it's a 3-piece product suite. I'm going to let Heather stamp because I'm only stenciling.
That's why I'm doing it while she talks.
And I'll chat about the set. So you've got the lovely stamp set. So the balloons are 1 piece, and then there's 3 sentiments. Then the strings are on a separate stamp, which is kind of nice. It gives you some leeway for where those strings go. There's the coordinating die set. So there's the die that cuts out just the balloons. So keep in mind, there's not a die for cutting out the strings. So those you just have to stamp in place where you want them to go on your card or page or whatever it is you're working on. And then there are 3 dies for cutting out all 3 of the sentiments that are included. And the great thing about this set, we have a sentiment, all 3, well, excuse me, 2 can be used for birthday. We included a congrats in there, which can really be used for anything. And then it's a celebration. I feel like that can also be used pretty much for any occasion. Then, of course, I have this back there. The stencils basically are what really make this. They allow you to, use any colors that you want to make your balloon bouquet. The other awesome thing about this set is the stencils and the stamp can be used separate from one another. So I'm going to use just the stencils today, where Heather is going to show you using them together.
And I went ahead and stamped this in warm buff, something we kind of affectionately call faux gold stamping.
Oh, gold.
So I know it's so hard to say, actually. So, and I'm going to leave my stamp in my MISTI. So when I'm done stenciling, I can stamp over again. I don't have to, but I just love that. We love that crisp image you get when you do that at the end. So leaving that lined up and ready to go.
All right. And I will tell you guys right now, I am going to be using the stencils completely out of order today.
Oh.
So completely out of order, because I'm doing my balloons in rainbow gradient. And so I wanted them to go from top to bottom, and that's just not how we have them numbered.
Gotcha.
So Heather and I probably will not be using the same stencil
At the same time.
At the same time.
Yep. I would say you didn't tell me, because I probably could have put them in the same order, but now it's way too complicated to figure that out.
No, that's okay.
Not worth it. It'll just be showing how they work in a different order, and it's okay. Right?
Absolutely. So I am reaching for stencil number 3 first, which is that very hot balloon. Now, Heather is aligning her stencils to her stamped image. I am not using a stamped image, so I am going to use our handy dandy alignment guides that we put in the corner of each stencil. They are measured perfectly for an A2 sized panel, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm just taking my time to get those nice and aligned. Now, I'm human, so it's probably very probable that I am not going to line these up exactly perfectly. So as we go through the stencils, I'll make little adjustments, because you'll see as you get into these stencils, you'll see where maybe you got the alignment just a little bit off. And I find that that's pretty easy to make adjustments on. If you wanted to fully remove that guesswork out of it, you could line these up with a larger piece of cardstock and then just line them up corner to corner in like a MISTI or something like that. And then that completely takes out. But like using the A2 size panel, I like saving on the cardstock, and it really it's not that big of a deal to me if I have to make a couple of little adjustments here and there.
No, and I'm using 2 colors on mine because I want to add a little bit of shading and shadow. So, and with these lovely new brushes, I have that. And I'm not super scientific with my blending, but I feel like these balloons kind of make it easy, because there's just by default, there's kind of where it's going to fall behind the other balloons, where the florals are going to show. You kind of can logically assume there will be shadows right there. So
absolutely. And I'm not using additional color, but I'm kind of doing the same thing as Heather, where I'm just blending deeper at the base of the balloon. I'm not real worried about the flowers, but at the base of the balloon in the same color, I'm just blending a little deeper just to give it some gradation and some color differentiation. Everybody's laughing about the fact that it's not supposed to. I'm putting everything out of order and breaking their rules.
Not, yeah.
Me, never.
Never.
All right. So that was my first stencil, was technically stencil number 3. And I colored that in pretty heavy handed with passion fruit.
And you're ahead of me already.
That's okay.
Yeah.
At some point I will not be. So next on my list, I am actually moving on over to stencil number 5, which is the balloon that is next to the balloon. And so this is, it takes me a little longer to align because I'm using the guides. So I think we'll make up time. We'll make up time here and there.
That's true.
Here we go. So this stencil, I will be doing 2 colors because I've got the leaves for the flowers on this stencil, but then I have my orange balloon.
Oh, that's so fun. Okay, look at that. Look at that depth with the 2 colors. It's not fun.
I love it. Okay.
So Leah's ahead of me in one sense because she's used this set before.
Sorry, totally
Nope,
cut you off.
Totally. Excuse me. And then my voice went away. So apparently I'm not supposed to talk. No, I just was going to say Leah's used this set before and you're watching me use it for the first time. So
That is true. I have used this one for the release, so I kind of know what I'm doing. And so you're going to notice I'm going to reach for different sized brushes, which is, super helpful that we have them. So for the larger balloons, I'm using my larger brushes just because it's a little bit easier to evenly get color in there. Then I'll reach for my little smaller ones when we go to do more of the little smaller details like the leaves here. For now, I'm just masking them off in case I get a little unruly with my orange because I don't want orange in my leaves. So
don't go getting unruly.
I know, right? Leah, breaking rules, getting unruly, changing the order of stencils. Who am I? So first things first, I'm going to get the balloon inked up and I am using apricot for my orange balloon. As I mentioned earlier, I'm doing this in my balloons in a rainbow gradient today. So.
Deb Schroeder asking about inks. I'm sure Kinnari will answer that, but we actually fully sneak peeked all of the new colors on our Instagram feed. So you can catch all those if you scroll back just a smidge.
Yeah, if you check, you can check our Instagram feed. We also actually shared them on Facebook. So if you have a preference for either of those, you just gotta scroll a little bit and find them. I think we showcased those a couple weeks ago.
All right, so I've got my next color on and I'm gonna move on to my next stencils. You're right, I am starting to catch up, so.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab my little 1/2-inch brush that I use for my alphabet color, and I'm going to get these leaves in here. Great thing about these little small brushes is I don't even really feel the need to dab ink off. I feel like I can just go direct to the stencil because I don't think that they grab a ton of ink when you press them into it. So they're not oversaturating. And so I feel like you can just go right to the stencil with them, and I love it. Okay. All right. Brushes. So there is my stencil 5.
I love seeing these without the stamp too.
I know, it's fun, right? I love this set, like both with and without the stamp. It's a good one. Like not all of our sets can be used this way. Some of them you definitely need to have the stamp impression in order to fill out
True.
all of the details. But this one definitely works either or. Right, so I am now going to stencil number 1, which is going to fill in these other balloons. And this is where I kind of I use the alignment guides and then I start to just make small adjustments for where I've maybe just gotten them a little smidge. Not too off, but just maybe a little smidge here and there.
Sometimes your paper is not 100% square.
That too. Okay, so I've got my yellow balloon, and then I think I have my blue balloon down here, and then I think I did these. All right, yep. So I kind of kept with the color scheme. I have what you guys don't know is I actually have a little cheat sheet in front of me. Oh. I did redo this because I wanted to use 2 sets. So when we get closer to putting our cards together, just by the magic of the internet, I'm going to have 2 versions of these to be able to create with.
Well, and I'm even discovering just because I don't have a cheat sheet and I'm doing it in front of me. I lucked out on this, but I will mention when you stamp those balloons, I didn't really mentally think about the fact that you need to leave space at the bottom for the streamer. So it looks like I made it and they're fitting on there, but don't stamp it like right in the middle of your cardstock. Give yourself a little room.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of wisdom there from.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I was just looking
with
at
the
it
ribbons.
and I'm like, oh boy,
Oh,
am I in trouble?
no.
Lucked out. That's all I can say.
Well, and you know what? I think I did think about that when I was creating for the release, and then I never thought to mention it to you.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then, of
Like I
course,
said,
it just left my brain. It's fine.
it's the magic of live that it seems like less things go wrong live than you would expect, which
True.
seems backwards, but keep my fingers crossed that continues.
Right. So then I'm getting this other balloon inked up. This is my blue balloon, which I'm technically using Ocean Breeze for.
Yes, we both used Ocean Breeze. You did use Coral Reef. No, you used Passion
I
Fruit.
did not. There will not be one ounce of Coral Reef on this card today.
This is a notable day, you guys.
I opted for passion fruit.
That's
all right. So now I'm moving on to stencil 2, which is going to be my green balloon. Okay. Once again, using those alignment guides and then just making some adjustments as needed. Pretty much as you start getting further on in the stencils, when you're using them alone, be able to see any small adjustments you need to make, because you'll see where the balloon, if it kind of pokes through like the other balloons, if they kind of poke through, or like I have this little piece that covers the leaf right here, it's pretty easy to see if you need to make slight adjustments to blend in.
All right. I'm almost catching up with you.
Okay,
this guy,
I do not want a green flower. So we're going to cover up just the flower. These 2 flowers down here. We're going to do green in the ribbon and the bow. And I think we're going to turn those flowers yellow. But we'll get the ribbon and the balloon done first. Okay. Not even getting more unruly because my stencil moved on me. So let me get that baby lined back up here. Here we go. And then I'll grab my sweet mustard again. I'm going to grab my smaller little brush. I love these brushes for this purpose. It makes, adding selective color onto your stencil so easy. We're going to do those little flowers in yellow.
Cute. This is where you get to the, and I didn't even think about, I do need some green. I didn't pull out the green. So I'm going to look at,
all right. So I am on to stencil 4, which is my final balloon, which is going to be a purple balloon. And while Heather goes grab some green ink.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's close by. So
perfect.
I'll do that in a minute. I'm going to do the balloon up there first. There's a process.
Just getting my balloon nice and lined up here, this final one. Someone's asking if you could leave the flowers off for a more masculine card, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if you could leave them off or not. You definitely can't in the stamp. No. They kind of make up the bottom of the balloon, so my assumption is no, because they're kind of built in. So my thought would probably be no on that.
Yeah, I think that would be a little tough because some of it would be kind of like covered up.
Yeah,
more than you want, but
someone
might be able to figure out a way.
Maybe, but I'm not completely sure on that. Okay, I'm going to do a little masking again, because I do not want purple in my flowers. I have these different colors. So just going to add a little bit of masking over top of those.
All right, so now we'll revert over to the green.
All right, so get our purple balloon blended in first. And then we'll get those flowers. And then I think I just have one final stencil left. It's the last stencil and it has all of the details.
Nice, nice. I think that's what I'm down to as well. I just finished the green here. So we're actually kind of wrapping up.
So yeah, I just have a little bit to do left on this one. These ones, I am using Scotch
All right. Check out those colors. Isn't that fun?
Oh, I got to see them. Oh, those are really pretty. Love it. I love that we're using the same product and our cards are going to look completely different.
So different. I know. All right. I'm not going to jump ahead on the last one, but I got to figure out what I'm doing on it since I haven't figured out the layers on that.
Totally fine.
That'll
just trying to get a little bit of orange in these flowers here. Okay. Okay. So there we have it. So I am on to only stencil that I think I did in correct order is stencil.
The last one. It kind of has to be last. So now I'm trying to decide.
It's like every detail. So it's every detail and it's like finishing off the ribbons and stuff.
Right.
So this is where our little brushes will come in super handy. We won't have to do much masking because they're pretty much far enough apart from each other.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what do I want to do for each one.
Oh yeah. I'm not even going the color up, friends. Could if I wanted to, but mostly I am just going to stay in the same. I'm just going to use the same color, blend more on top, and that will differentiate. And then you don't have to have, 30 different ink colors out.
Right.
You'll still get enough differentiation.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. Oh man. I think I need a new piece of, let's just get a new piece of tape because this is moving on me.
I was having a half a moment thought of like putting clear embossing powder for the little detail in the balloons and putting white, but I don't think if I had more time, it'd be fun with like glitter paste or something like that. But that's hard to get dry when you're doing it live. So I think I'll just.
That is true. That is a little hard.
A little bit.
And then I think, so I have the apricot in. We're going to get the detail on the balloon. And then I think we are going to do these little floral pieces in orange as well. Just do those details all in orange. Okay. And actually, I think I also I'm going to do the rest of the ribbon in orange as well. It's like the one color that didn't get represented in the ribbon.
Oh, that's a good, I should have done that. I just did the darker red. I was trying to decide.
Purple didn't get represented, but purple's not my favorite color. So
not too bad then.
So poor purple. It kind of gets a little dismissed by me from time to time.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. Moving on to my yellow detail here. The rest of this should go pretty fast because I only have the little balloon details to finish.
Not the same there. Okay. Even might not even need any ink. Nope, I have enough ink left on that one. Talking to myself here.
Are you talking to yourself?
I'm talking to myself. All right.
I like what colors
so we can do the magic reveal all at the same time. I'll leave those. I
just got one little thing left, but I got to find my small purple brush. Give me 1 second.
Totally fine. I figure we might as well have that moment all together.
Be really fun. Almost done. We're almost there. Okay. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, ready? Go. Oh, ta-da!
I still have to restamp mine, but
look at that. And of course, so this, you'll notice these are all the same exact colors. So this will look more like this one once it dye ink seeps into the cardstock and
color. I'm going to get mine restamped here real quick so that I have that final. It's still, I mean, I actually really love the way this looks even without a stamping. It's a really,
I like how it's, it gives it kind of the no line look, but you have a little bit of definition.
I know. I thought about just leaving it, but I want to see how it looks with the restamping. So I'm going to do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
Cool.
clean my stencils off a little bit more extensively later on, but for now I'm just going to set them aside. But the way that we
Okay.
clean our stencils is we just spritz them down with a couple sprays of rubbing alcohol, wipe them clean with a dry rag, and then they are ready to go again. You can either use them again or you can put them away because they're dry immediately. So that's a great thing about using rubbing alcohol for purposes.
Right, and there's that restamped, and I love it restamped too. So
It
I
looks
have
really
no
good. Restamped too.
different looks. Hey, that was a lot of ink. I don't know about you.
It was a
That
lot of ink blending, like a half an hour of ink blending. Well, 20 minutes of ink blending.
All right.
All right.
So we're moving on to the other things that we're both using.
Yes.
All right. We both have something different now we're going to work on.
Okay, so there's going to do a little more ink blending. I am not.
Yep.
So
Glutton for
Heather is
punishment.
going to do some ink blending with our new rosettes.
Right there. I did not have those in time to create for the release, so I'm going to do them live here. So I use just the dyes on their own, which are super duper fun.
I have some cut on their own for my card today. I'm just not sure if I'm going to use. We'll see.
Someone who asked what color I restamped with, it's the same color I started with. I used warm buff, which we call faux gold. So it kind of gives the effect of like gold heat embossing, but a little simpler.
So, and then I'm going to do our new basic banners set. So this, the stamp set, all of these sentiments are on one stamp. Pretty much mostly birthday, but there's a congrats in there. There's some things that could be used for things other than birthday, of course. Then they coordinate with this banner die. And so the great thing about this is we can actually in the future add to the banner die. So we can do other sentiment themes and stuff. So we're starting off with a celebrate theme, but we'll have other options as we go. All right, so I think I'm going to actually stamp mine on just white. I think I'm going to just do nice crisp black sentiments today. So give me a second while I find my Misty. Oh, you know what? And I did remember something that actually is great that we're going over with in live. And I almost forgot this myself and I would have messed it up. So the banner die needs a larger cardstock size than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2.
Oh, that's right.
It actually needs closer to oh, hold on. Basically like what the mini Misty is. So if you just put a piece of cardstock, will fill up your entire mini Misty, which is about 4 1/2. You can get away with 4 1/2 by 6. That ensures that the entire set of banners is accounted for. I went to stamp because the stamp itself will fit on a A2 panel. Because of the different shapes of the banners cut off a little bit. So definitely a good thing to keep in mind with that. If you're wanting to use the banner shapes in full, you just want to use a little bit bigger piece of cardstock, which I'm going to go cut right now real quick, Heather. So if you could just chat for a sec.
I'm just doing my rosettes. It's one stencil layer, but I'm doing them all in the same color, just for fun there, because then I can and I'm going with all of my softer colors to start with, because I feel like I'm going to have a little bit bolder on the balloons and I want the background to be slightly more neutral and kind of fade into the background a little bit more. So we're just going a little bit on the lighter side.
Perfect. All right. So as I mentioned, I just basically cut a piece of cardstock to fill up my mini Misty. And then I'm going to grab that nice big one-piece stamp. I'm pretty much going to center it into the Misty. I am actually going to leave that magnet. I am going to just do a quick test and put my die over top of it. And what I notice is I do need to push it up a little bit. And then I will just verify that the die fits fully on the cardstock, so I won't be cutting anything off there.
Incidentally, that would be a really good way to do the balloons too, to make sure you leave room on your cardstock, just to lay the dye on there to make sure you were in the right spot.
True, very true.
Which would work. All right, I just want to show these real quick because I think it's fun that I've done I'm going to do both stencil layers, but realistically, it's kind of fun even if you just do one and die cut and leave the other part white. It's still going to give like a different look and depth. So
it is really cool. And I also, the other thing about just making the rosettes even more versatile, if you ink blend them directly to your paper and don't die cut them, they actually look like flowers.
oh, that's right.
Create like a little flower garden.
I can totally see that.
Just from the stenciling.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. All right. So I am just going to stamp all of these in detail black ink today. Just nice, crisp black sentiments. I will probably have to stamp a couple times because I'm a light stamper. So great thing about having a MISTI, we have that capability. Plus, there's a lot of these sentiments that are pretty dainty. And so I don't want to over ink or press too hard and kind of smush them and change the integrity of that daintiness. So I like it. I think it's just better to stamp it a couple times and to do it kind of nice and light.
I like it. All right, let's see. I'm just planning. I don't know if I'll use the little circles that go in the center of the rosettes, but I'm making sure I get them blended so I've got them ready if I want to.
Very nice. Okay. Having a hard time with my magnet there. My goodness. All right. I definitely have to stamp it again. I think I need to re-ink my detail black pad too. That was not smart. Use it a lot. Okay.
And I'm experimenting, guys, because this is the first time I've used these. So I did the first layer pretty solid everywhere. And these centers, I'm just kind of focusing on the middle and fading out. I don't know if it shows there on the, hope so. I just think it might be fun. We'll see. I can't see any way that it would be bad, but if it is, disclaimer that I'm going to use my.
That is looking better, so much better. I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp it one more time. I totally smudged this sentiment right here. So I will not be using that one, but thankfully I didn't have plans to use that one anyway. So just be careful when you're using hybrid ink because you can smudge it. Not a big deal. I have lots of other sentiments to choose from here, so it's okay that I smudged one that I wasn't planning on using anyway.
That's good. You clearly have no options.
Yeah, right. I don't have 11 other options or anything like that. So this should be the final time I need to stamp it.
And there's that magic reveal of those rosettes. I see what you mean, how they totally could be flowers.
Right?
The dies, that's fun. And if you take those dots out, it's just a fun background that would be really easy just to add a sentiment and make a closer to a one layer card or a die cut sentiment or.
Absolutely. So then there we have sentiments. All right. So I fortunately forgot to get a cloth damp. And I think I'm really close to out of stamp cleaner, but we're going to get some on here because I don't want to leave this ink on here forever. So I'm going to do a little cleaning. Which might be good to let my sentiments dry a little bit before I run them through my die cut machine. So I just spritzed that down with some stamp cleaner, and I'm using my handy dandy toothbrush that I leave here on my desk to really get in those grooves. Detail black kind of leaves a residue behind it anyway. All hybrid black inks do that. I'm trying to get it as clean as I can. I'll probably go over it again when we're done, but just try to get as much excess off as I can for now.
Definitely die cutting party time now, huh?
Yep, it's about time to die cut here. All right. I'm going to leave this in my MISTI because I probably want to clean it again a little later on. So we'll just leave that in there. Okay, I'm having
I'm gonna kind of have to get my head in here because I'm having trouble seeing what I'm doing. There we go.
Oh, Kathleen, I use just a homemade stamp cleaner. We have the recipe on our FAQ page on our website. I don't know the recipe by heart, but you'll find it under stamping related questions under the FAQs. I know those ones take a little bit too late to line up on the die.
Yep.
You kind of got to get your head in there.
Yes. Getting my mind wrapped around how do they line up? Okay. I just want to make sure I'm doing them right, which because of my soft ink blending is a little more challenging than
Yeah, soft colors I think also make it a little bit harder to see because I did soft colors on mine too. I do get that.
Yep. So figuring it out, we'll get it.
We'll get it.
And if they're not perfect, it's okay.
Exactly. This is handmade, not Hallmark.
Right.
Okay. So I've got my 2 sets of balloons nice and cut out there. Let's go ahead and cut out the banners.
All right. All right, and I'm going to go die cut this now because I think you're done or you're just getting ready. I've got mine lined up, so I'm going to go die cut.
Perfect. I'm just going to start lining up the banners so that they look good here.
Oh, moment of truth. Did I get it?
Moment of truth.
Not too bad. Like I said, it's so much harder live when you can't see what you're doing and trying not to like show you guys the back of my head too much, but I think we're reasonably good. I can roll with that.
Okay. Then, so when all is said and done here, they kind of stick, but you've got all of these fantastic sentiments stamped and cut into banners, and the banners are all different shapes, all different sizes. They're super, super fun. And the great thing about it is you can absolutely see if you can find other sentiments to fit in them. You don't have to just do it one piece. You can always stamp a sentiment and then find the correct banner to cut it out. It's okay if you're not cutting into a full sheet of cardstock with this die. It's not going to be hurt when you're cutting it into your cutting plate. So such a super fun set. You could also die cut all the banners and then create a little jig and stamp sentiments in it that way if you want as well.
That's a good idea.
So lots of really fun things, and you get all of these different banners and different sentiments. So super fun. I love this set. I'm excited. You can ask Henry. I've been asking for banners for years.
Years, and I can attest to that. And we've tried a few ideas that just didn't work, and
yeah,
this was finally the winner.
Exactly. So we've got all of these, and then I have to do a little work. I did cut out some rosettes. I'm not completely sure if I'm going to use them or use them all, but I want to get all of the little
when you punch those little things out, it looks like confetti. I'm sitting here looking at going, throw it away.
The little chads.
Throw it away, Heather, but it's so pretty.
It is, but we don't need to hoard.
No hoarding.
Unless you feature them into a shaker card immediately, just put them in.
That's true. Yes, because
otherwise little pieces of confetti, they are really cute. There is a good thing. Another way that you can use these is if you pop them out and you do want to make a shaker, go ahead and hold on to them and put them into your shaker card as extra little confetti pieces.
Yeah, that's a great idea. As long as you plan ahead and do it and don't just leave them sitting there, because you'd walk by and a stiff breeze would blow that everywhere.
Yes, absolutely would.
Okay, I'm gonna work on die cutting my balloons because I didn't do that yet.
Perfect. I'm just
Yeah.
picking out the insides. One other thing you guys notice, I know we have been using this forever, so it feels like old hat. This, our dual tip embellishment tool, is
That's
also
right.
releasing in April. It's
Which
part
is
of the April
perfect
release.
for poking out those little chads on the rosettes.
Perfect for
So
poking out all of these little chads. So it's
yep.
not as much as this month. Okay. So kind of perfect timing. And then as mentioned, great thing that I do love about this is it has a little bit of a ball tip, the end. And so what I have noticed as I poke chads out, I don't hurt myself nearly as much as I did with my other ones that I have, my other craft picks, because those are really sharp. And so I feel like I'm always kind of actually poking into my skin. This one, while it still has that nice tip for poking things out, it doesn't hurt when you
Nice.
poke it into your skin. It's really nice.
Okay.
I am not going to keep the little confiner pieces because I don't have a shaker card planned for them. So in the trash they go.
I threw mine away too.
Are really fun. Like, look at how fun that is. Like, I kind of want to just throw it, but then I have to clean it. So
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Darn adulting.
I know. Darn it, not being able to be fun because then you realize you have to clean.
Yeah. Rude.
Okay, so I'm gonna set these aside for now. I guess I should grab the one. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use this happy birthday. Well, something else that I did do off camera is I did cut an additional layer, the banners from my favorite glitter paper, the ivory glitter paper, because I really like how these banners look when you kind of stagger them together with another piece underneath them. It just is kind of nice. And you could do that with colored cardstock, anything of the sort. So I did cut an extra layer of those. So just for the sake of saving time. And then I did cut the little rosettes.
And
And
I'm
finally,
quiet pondering mode.
pre-cut my panel just because it can be a little slow when it comes to card assembly and then adding jewels and such. So I went ahead, I'm making a slimline card with mine today. That's why I wanted to do 2 balloons. So I'd have a couple sets available on that. So I pre-cut that as well. And this is our slim ornate batter die. We offer this die shape in both A2 sized and slimline sized.
Okay. Decision-making time.
And Heather, I seem to have lost my card base.
Oops.
So I'm gonna, if you could chat for a second while I cut
chat.
myself a new one.
That's
be right back.
Poor Leah. Those silly card bases disappearing. Whoa. All right, so I'm just finagling around trying to decide. I think I want to put some of these rosettes kind of off the edge, and then I'm feeling like I might trim them down and then put the extra pieces in somewhere else, but I'm not even sure how I want to do that. So that's kind of the layout. And there's the fun little balloon strings, but I'm kind of debating if I even want to put those on. I kind of like them just free floating like that. And I could put those under there, but I feel like they're just going to kind of be hidden and not super visible. So I might just skip those and just do this way. And Leah's back making her card base.
I'm back. I'm just folding my card. I have no idea where it went. The only thing I can think of is I wonder if I cut my panel out of it, possibly. Maybe I grabbed that cardstock because I hadn't folded it yet. So it is possible.
Okay, I'm going to put these on like this. I'm going to tape them down where I want them. And then I'm going to trim off the extra. We're going to do the scary cutting.
Okay, I think Henry just made a big announcement. It says, quick announcement. We will be giving away our full April release instead of $15 gift card today in celebration of our birthday.
I was wondering if that was going to happen.
That's exciting. I think I see messages from Kennery, but they're not up on my computer, so I can't really see them.
I know. I saw one come through, but then I didn't see her reply. So
Yeah.
because we were focusing on, you know, something weird
Exactly.
like finishing our cards, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm also trying to decide if I want to use the strings or not, if I just want to let the balloons just kind of hang there.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of a hard decision, isn't it?
Yeah, because the other thing I was thinking of doing was grabbing a paper plate die and maybe adding some decoration to this.
I'm kind of liking, I can put, so the circles are designed to kind of go in the middle of the rosettes, but I'm kind of liking them just kind of scattered around. I think that's kind of a fun, different look on there.
Yeah.
So, oops, okay, I don't need this on there anymore.
And I have to decide if I'm going to put any rosettes in here or not.
I think that's better. We're both all quiet.
I know this is where we're kind of fiddly. It's getting fiddly.
It happens.
Kind of say like option and then maybe like that.
Okay, now I'm liking this. We're getting a background here. Okay.
We're getting there. We're figuring this out.
We are figuring it out bit by bit.
Okay, I think I have a general idea. The yellow one I'm not using. So I am not going to use the balloon strings either. Rest assured, when you start seeing samples, I did use balloon strings in some of my other examples with this set, but I am going to just kind of let them free float today because it's just a little bit easier for me. However, I want to take a little bit of extra time and I want to add a little bit of texture to this background. So bear with me while I do that. I have to do a little bit of extra die cutting here. I think having that little bit of extra texture in the background is going to be really nice.
There you go. All right. Kind of holding everything in place. Gotta love repositionable tape.
So I'm going to use the intricate stitched ovals to do this one today. And honest truth, I know that these are seamless, but I'm really not too worried about that because there's going to be enough stuff covering it that I don't think you would ever even notice if they match up completely. So it's more just about getting some detail in here. That is the more important part to me.
Okay. Now I've got it all planned. So now I can start lifting those up and sticking them down.
My card was just feeling boring without the texture. So I got to add some texture.
Yep. I think I've got a lot going on because I have a smaller card. And so
yes, absolutely.
Mine doesn't need it as much.
Okay. And the great thing about our plates is they are, they don't have a cutting edge on them. So you can use them on any size card you want, any size cardstock you want. Like I said, they might not match up perfectly at the seam. And then that's where you just strategically place something over top of it. That's what I do anyway.
Okay.
I try to match it up as close as I can, but they're not see-through, so it's not a perfect science by any means.
Like you said, handmade, not homework.
Exactly.
Okay. The moment of truth officially, sticking it down.
It turned out okay. Turned out pretty good. I'm gonna have to make sure I cover up that little bit because I didn't get a perfect match on that seam. So I'll just make sure that it's mostly covered by balloons and you will never know.
I won't tell.
Yeah. I won't tell if you won't tell.
We'll see how well everyone in the life can keep a secret.
All right.
No pressure.
So this is where we're probably going to be kind of quiet because Heather and I now are to the point where we're going to start assembling our cards, adding tools, and where we just get a little fumbly and a little fussy, I guess.
Yep. As I proved that by taking, like 10 seconds to hear and agree with you.
No worries.
What she said.
Perfect. Margie said, sure, it's our secret. No one will ever know. Exactly.
Perfect.
No one has to know our secrets.
Love it.
Okay. There's that. And then I already went ahead and I put foam tape on the back of my frame, so you guys didn't have to watch that painfully long process. You just have to watch the painfully long process of me getting the release paper.
It's okay. We can handle it. That's half the time. How are we doing? I think we might make it today, Leah.
You think? I don't know. I still have a bit of assembly to do.
Yeah,
so I don't know if I'm going to really have that much room for jewels. So I may forgo jewels. I'm not completely sure.
I know. I'm not sure what I want to do for that. So those might be something that gets added later.
Added afterwards, yeah.
Okay, then this needs to go up on some foam adhesive.
Right. And so there is my lovely little glitter frame. Okay, so I'm just gonna fluff my balloons a little bit. I'm probably gonna end up trimming some sections off of the balloons. First things first, I know you had that guy there. I'll be trimming some of these rosettes as well.
I did that too.
Okay.
Oopsie.
So this one I probably should have traced a little bit. You know what? Maybe I might be able to use this to kind of trace where I need to cut.
All right. I've got most of mine kind of put together there. I need to figure out a sentiment. And you know what I think I'm going to use? I think I'm going to sneak peek something else.
Okay.
Something that everyone's been asking for, like,
oh yeah,
every release for a while. So all y'all in the live that have been asking for this, we have another foiled sentiment ephemera pack that is all birthday celebration. Some of them are little
congratulatory or So, but it's all celebration themed, which people have been asking for a lot. So we made sure we put it in this release because it was really quite fitting, of course.
Felt like it was perfect. So now I'm just trying to pick. You know what? I don't like that cover. I kind of like that one, but I don't want to cover. I know I want gold because I've got the warmer gold tones.
And I'm just cutting away over here. People are probably freaking out in the comments because I'm just like, snap, snap, snap. Going to town.
Takes a while to get that perfect, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that one's kind of nice too.
See here.
Usually I kind of pick a little bit ahead on this. And of course, it was spur of the moment, like, oh, hey, I should do that. So now I'm trying to pick which one I want.
Ah, gotcha.
There's the slow.
Maybe I need to cut it here too.
I ripped that one.
Hopefully that wasn't. That did exactly what I needed it to. That was cutting on a whim and a prayer there. I was never sure that was going to work out right.
Ooh, that one's kind of fun. Okay.
So I got my little rosettes in place. I'm just trying to fluff their edges up a little bit so they don't stand just flush.
I'm just in sentiment choosing mode. So.
Right.
All right. I like that one.
I am going to
Like that one.
layer these together so that they have a little.
I also like that one.
Yes.
Wow. Hey, Leah, I can't decide.
What one? Show me.
All right. So that surprise is kind of fun.
Oh, I like the surprise.
And then the let's celebrate. I think those are my top two right now.
Oh, I really like both of those. I don't know. I can't help
I
but
know,
choose. Because
right?
I really
And
like
then
both of those actually.
that one's kind of boring. So I like that one, but not. I think, and Wish Big isn't bad either, but I feel like it's a little too within the balloon. So, all right. Well, I narrowed it down from like 6 to 2. So
There you go. There you go.
All right. Anybody who has a vote, let's celebrate or
Hmm.
surprise.
Oh, I love surprise. I think that one's really cute.
I know. And it covers up less of the balloons. I think that's why I'm leaning. Ooh, and then if I put it in an angle,
Ooh, angled.
I think I'm feeling that one. I love this one too, but I think the surprise is going to do it. Plus, it's hard to
Jennifer
feel
Coles
so
is just joining in, and we're actually giving you a sneak peek of our April release. So these are brand new products, not released yet. They'll be available on Monday morning at 7 a.m.
And I think like with very few exceptions, I think Leah has a little more on hers that's already released, but I don't think I'm using other than when we get to bling.
Just my 2 background dyes. So like the little background and then the frame.
Yeah. But
The
I know
outside,
there's no
everything
links.
else is new.
There's no links down below because
Everything is new.
Yeah. And I wasn't entirely sure till like a few minutes before we started what I was using. So
Great.
and I even changed my mind on the sentiment in the middle. So there you go.
You did.
Oh, and it looks like most people are agreeing with the surprise. So there's a few votes for the other, but the angle is what seems to be the winner there.
All
right.
The balloons are going to be the last thing I put on my card because I'm just I'm trying to make sure that I get everything else in place where I want it to be. Because I don't want to accidentally, like put a bow or ribbon over top of the sentiment or anything like that.
All right.
Hey.
I don't really need.
So.
Okay.
For this one, I need to cut up balloons. So let's see here. I don't need to cut right into my finger.
Right. And I'm going to try.
Straight as we can. And then I'm going to tuck them on the side there. Okay. And this guy basically need to do the same thing on the other side. Kind of starting at the purple and going right up to the.
Since I have time, I'm going to see if I can add a little bit of bling on here. I mean, technically I don't have time, but you're still working. So
yeah, we might be a couple minutes over because I am still working here.
Considering how much we did today, and then we made 2 cards. I mean, each of us made one, but still, it was 2 cards. I don't think that's bad.
Okay. Well, that's fun. All right.
See if we can get some of this on here.
Okay, slap it onto the side here. Right.
All right.
And under here.
Yep. All right.
Whoa.
And please.
I think my glue, I left my glue unpinned for a little bit and it got a little clogged in there.
Oopsie.
Oh yeah, these would make really fun graduation cards. You could put a congratulations sentiment on it, which there are multiple. I think there's at least a couple of congratulations sentiments included in this set. So this would be absolutely perfect for cards as well.
All right.
But I need the little dots. I think I'm gonna leave the little dots off.
Oh, did I
Right.
miss? I saw something about a winner. Did I miss the winner?
I don't think I
have no idea.
maybe not.
Maybe someone was saying, "Who's the winner? Who's the winner?" That might be what I saw. It just something
Right.
made me think, "Oh, I better check."
All right. Well, I did just a colorful and fun rainbow card. I'm not going to put jewels on right now because I have to think about the jewels at this point.
Yeah.
If I'm going to add any more.
I'm almost done here, so I'm just going to kind of go for it because why not, right?
Okay, and it looks like we do have a winner.
Oh, I'll let you announce that.
Congratulations to Donna Oates. You won the entire April release. So congratulations. That's a huge deal. So yay. So just make sure you email me. My email is Lea, pinkfreshstudio.com to claim your prize. We'll probably send these at the same time as we send the rest of the winners from during the release. So just be patient with us. We'll gather your information and put it all in a safe place.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gluing all these down. I have them placed. So I'm just going to do that real quick and then we can wrap this up. Do you want to mention about Scrapbook Live this week? Not happening.
Yes. So Heather and I are town. We're going to be at an event, so we're not available on Thursday. So we are canceling Scrapbooking Live this week. So this is your only live this week, and we will be back next week.
Yeah, I just remembered that
schedule.
Okay, last one's almost 3 more.
Mesh is asked, no, it could be Mesh, it could be Michi. I apologize. I probably have butchered your name. But the trays, we released those actually last year. They might be currently out of stock, but if you look in our Studio Essentials collection, they're there. That's the best place to sign up for a restock notification.
Get these out of the way.
For when they become available again.
There's the finished.
Ta-da! Super fun, right?
Mine needed the bling really bad. I think because I didn't have the textured background.
Probably add a little bling to the balloons, but that would have taken me like an extra 10 minutes. So I'll just do
and
that.
I might still, I'm looking at this and I might still add more bling. I'm looking at the center of the flowers. I'm like, maybe it's too much. I don't know, but I'm going to deal with that later. So when I share this later, you'll see what I ended up doing.
Exactly.
All right. So switch the camera around and say goodbye.
Yeah.
Phew, that was a whirlwind. And you know what? We're only like 3 minutes over.
Right. So not too bad. I didn't put bling, but I'll do that afterwards. So you guys will see that when we show photos. Yes, we will be at Create in Ohio. That's where we'll be at. That's why we aren't available.
We'll be together again. For real, exactly. Not just on.
I know, right? In person.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for live this week. Like we said, only live this week. So we will see you guys again next week.
And congratulations again to Donna.
Congratulations to Donna. Super exciting. Then if anybody is heading to Ohio this week, we'll see you there.
Yes. Have a great rest of your week, everyone.
Have a great week, guys. Bye.
Bye.